This marks day 3 of my 2-week voluntary self-quarantine due to being in the state of California and possibly contracting the coronavirus. Yesterday's video was very fact-based and talks about the differences in voluntary self-quarantine, isolation, and also social distancing. To turn the page though, today's video is a little bit more lighthearted and we'll be talking about the myths that have came about because of the coronavirus. Now, if you watched yesterday's video, I did ask what you want to see in this series, and going down, the resident chemist, Mr. Jeremy Vanderhyde. Yes, you are the inspiration for today's video, all because you asked. I want a compilation video of blatant misinformation about COVID-19 from social media, etc. So Jeremy, this one's for you. Here we go. As anyone looking for blatant information, where do I begin my search? Well, on Reddit, of course. We go to the novel coronavirus COVID-19 thread, and I scrolled through and found some articles for you, my loving viewers. That said, I do not want to be a contributor to the false information that goes online, so if I say anything that's not factual, except for the myths, of course, please do fact check me and comment below. If you want to see something in a future video, also comment that below. That said, let's take a look at the first article I have for you guys, this one being from CNN. And this has a whole host of dangerous, funny, whatever you want to call it, myths about the coronavirus. The first one being, drinking water will protect you from the coronavirus. Yeah, that seems legit. I drink water on a normal basis, so I'm probably protected, right? No. The doctor for this said there is no evidence from any other respiratory viruses that proves this approach works. Even if it worked at all, which it doesn't, people still breathe in from their nose, not just their mouths. Unless you're me. I'm a mouth breather. A really bad one. When I'm sleeping, kind of look like that, but not snoring because I don't breathe through my nose. Moving on. Gurgling water and salt will prevent the coronavirus. A simple solution of salt in warm water will suffice. Do you think if this could all be cured by a simple solution of salt and water, which will suffice, we would be in this situation at all? No. Of course, based on other data from other respiratory viruses, salt water would not be expected to work. Thank you. Thank you, Doc. If you can hold your breath for 10 seconds, you're okay. And this is one that was quoted from Stanford University, Chinese doctors and Taiwanese doctors to try and give it credibility, at least in the social media space. That's what people were using. But in reality, this means nothing. If you can hold your breath for 10 seconds, congratulations. But this is not correct in any way. When someone has an acute viral infection, it can be difficult to take a deep breath and not cough because the airways are irritated. That's all it means. It does not say anything about the fibrosis, even though people with fibrosis might struggle doing it. Being able to hold your breath for 10 seconds also doesn't mean someone doesn't have the coronavirus. Thank you, doctor. Stop holding your breath, people. It means nothing. Unless you're practicing for underwater diving competitions, then keep holding your breath. Good luck to you. If you have a runny nose, it's just a cold. Runny noses are just indicators of the cold, right? Wrong. This isn't completely true. A runny nose can be a symptom of the flu, allergies, and other illnesses. Shocker. And while many patients of the coronavirus do have a dry cough, those with coronavirus pneumonia also have had or could have a productive or wet cough, which produces phlegm. And phlegm is nasty. Yikes. If you have the coronavirus, you'll get pneumonia. That's not a very fun one. Coronavirus patients will experience a drowning sensation. Yeah, that's scary. The nasal congestion is not like the normal kind. You will feel like you're drowning. So what this is saying, if you get the coronavirus, you're basically going to feel like you're being waterboarded for an extended period of time. Which thankfully is not true. That does not sound like any other respiratory virus people are infected with, and many patients with coronavirus have not had any nasal infection at all. Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Moving on though to a fun one. Marijuana kills coronavirus. Yeah, and this all started because of a meme, and we all know you have those meme generators where you can take it and make it a breaking news story. This one just got totally out of hand and spread like wildfire across the internet. So while weed sales may be up, It's not because these are a cure to the coronavirus, but rather because people are probably so anxious because of all the fake news going around that they're taking to other means. Not that I personally recommend, but in states where it's legal, they have seen an increase in sales of weed since the onslaught of coronavirus. According to the World Health Organization, there's no specific treatment available to treat the 2019 nCoV as of now. Makes sense. Those infected get treatment and supportive care for the symptoms they show. The World Health Organization also states that clinical trials are underway, but there's no mention of cure being established at this time. And if they are running clinical trials using weed, I would love to hear about them because I think that is just wonderful. Comment those below if you have any. Moving on from that, though, to the New York Times. Stock up on vitamin C, and this one I'm totally guilty of. Why? Because I went out and bought emergency when hearing about the coronavirus. No, I didn't run rampant and grab toilet paper like it was nobody's business, but I thought, what the heck? Boost the immune system while I'm going out and traveling to the great state of California so that I come back unscathed, right? Wrong. Turns out vitamin C doesn't do anything in really helping prevent the coronavirus. It's a long-standing fallacy, and they quote a study from NCBI talking about how vitamin C for preventing and treating the common cold really doesn't do anything. But yet here I sit with my package of emergency. It's a placebo, okay? It helps me. Just let me have this. Going to MSN. This hits a personal point for me. Why? Because I'm from the great state of Wisconsin, where we have zillions and zillions of mosquitoes that come out after our freezing cold winters. And thankfully, they cannot spread the coronavirus. Could you imagine that? Just having to be like doubly afraid of mosquitoes because they're annoying and cause itchy bites, but also because they might be spreading the coronavirus? That is not the case. I give a big no thank you to the internet for spreading this myth, but a big thank you to doctors who have debunked this myth. You have calmed my aching heart. Thank you. The next article gives a lot of the funny things that have been going around about the coronavirus. I won't talk about them all, but here's some of my highlights. First off, Drinkable Silver. The FTC recently warned disgraced televangelist Jim Baker for irresponsibly peddling a product called Silver Solution as a cure for the coronavirus. Anytime someone talks about drinking metal, that's probably not going to be a cure for anything. Drinkable Silver, if you've had it before, let me know what it tastes like in the comment section below, but do know that it will not cure the coronavirus. Yeah, I think that's common sense. Essential oils, also snake oil when it comes to the coronavirus. Well, I do like the scent of an essential oil. It will not cure the coronavirus. Bleach. Do we have to explain this? It's 2020. People do not drink bleach. Yes, there are some people who believe that consuming something called Miracle Mineral Solution can prevent and or cure the coronavirus. Do not drink bleach. Please, please, please. Drink water every 15 minutes. We talked about that one. No common proof there. Avoiding ice cream, though, that's just a kick in the pants. I mean, for the dairy state, Wisconsin, we love our ice cream. I didn't have ice cream. I had frozen yogurt in the past days, but they have been saying a viral message in East Asia erroneously claimed that avoiding ice cream and other cold foods will help keep you healthy amid the coronavirus outbreak. Obviously, it's not true. Thank you. Herbal supplements, yada, yada, yada. Garlic soup, though. This is only effective for vampires, not the coronavirus. Moving on. True or false, you can protect yourself from COVID-19 by swallowing, gargling with bleach, taking acetic acid or steroids, or using essential oils, salt water, ethanol, or other substances. Ethanol, yeah, that's in gas. Don't drink it. False, none of these recommendations protects you from getting COVID-19, and some of these practices may be dangerous. Shocker. All these things about swallowing, gargling, yada 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 remind me of the drinking bleach memes, which went around a while back. Just have to remind ourselves of where we came from so we can get better. And last but not least, while this isn't necessarily false information, there are police stations nationwide asking criminals to halt activity during coronavirus outbreak. Here's some funny tweets from them. Due to the confirmed case of COVID-19 from community spread, the SLCPD is asking all criminal activities and nefarious behavior to cease until further notice. We appreciate your anticipated cooperation in halting crime and thank criminals in advance. How nice of the criminals to stop because of the coronavirus. Thank you. the police giving this a funny side. They also have a clip from Ellen, which we all know is going to be great. And this is not the only police station doing this. There's another one here. I commend the police for taking this step in preventing crime during the coronavirus. Thank you. So while we looked at a lot of false information, where can you go to get real, legitimate information? The CDC website. Here's a key facts page. As always, I'll have everything linked in the description. If you have any questions, don't go to Google. Go to the CDC website, use their search bar, and go find some quality information for yourself, your family, your friends, your grandma, your dog, whoever. Use a good, reliable source so that misinformation is not spread across the web. Other than that, folks, that's all I have for today's video. If you have an article or something that I missed that you think is hilarious, do comment that down below for others to see. If you have an idea for a future video in this series, because I still have 11 days left to create, comment that down below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. That's all I have for today, folks. Stay happy, stay healthy, wash your hands. We'll see you later. Bird out.